There was a civilization that in the lingo of today, we refer to as steampunk. But what was it really? How was their technology really powered? Because although they did have steam power, they had much more than that. This is a story about the source of that power and the nefarious means they used to attain it. It's also, I guess, kind of a love story, but, well, we'll get into that later.
Lotus, thanks for joining me. I hear you are planning on returning to the mines. How can you stand the primitive conditions there in the jungle?
Well, I guess you don't know, but I grew up in the jungle. I lived in a small hut with my mom. I helped with the chores. When my mom would go to work in the market, I would sneak into town to visit the docks. My mom forbid me to go. She said it was a pirate city, but I didn't listen. I had to see for myself. One day, I met a boy on the docks. His name was Jack. His father was a merchant seaman. We became great friends and would play together every time he was in port. One day, he didn't come back. I waited and waited, and he didn't return. Then my mother got sick and died. Stepfather, who was a partner in the mines, brought me to the central city to get an education and join him in the business. I thought I would never see Jack again. But fate had different plans. Many years later, and well, about a year ago, I was on a mission for my father to survey new ore deposits in the jungle. There was an explosion and our airship went down. I was the only survivor. I was lost in the jungle for 3 days, waiting for rescue, but the weather was so bad it didn't come. I didn't know it, but Jack had heard I went down and was out looking for me himself. I turned around and there he was. I hadn't seen him since we were children, playing pirate on the docks. He had always said he was going to be a pirate. Now it seems he was. My rescue ship came and then pulled me from the island. I couldn't believe I had found him, but now he was lost again.
That's an incredible story, Lotus. I can see why you want to go back.
Actually, Jack is not the reason I'm going back. I'm going back in hopes of finding a way to stop what my father's mining company is doing. They are exploiting the workers and keeping them in poverty, even though their land contains some of the greatest riches in the world.
The source of power for the steampunk technology comes from a mineral called beryllium. So far, the only discovered deposits of this mineral is on the island of Manipu in the South Seas. The mining company, Lords and Darwin, took over the island and essentially enslaved the local natives to work the mines. Soon, lawless port cities arose and a thriving economy developed between the merchants, ore haulers, administrators, and of course, pirates. Lotus, being a native of the island herself, is determined to free her people and give them back their autonomy and control of their land, and to profit from its riches. It's a tall order, but with the right help, she just might be able to pull it off.